Good evening, guys. So I'm talking in a low voice tonight because it's very late and I will very shortly be going to bed. But I just wanted to take some temperature readings, which I haven't done before at night time. And we're in the middle of September now, so temperatures are starting to drop. And so some of the things that may affect the temperature and the humidity is the fact that I misted this lightly about an hour or two ago. I just gave this central area here a good spray misting. So that has bumped up the humidity. So according to these sensors here, the temperature currently, the air temperature currently in the warm side, so in this area, is 22.6 measured a moment ago, and the humidity was 78.4%. Normally the humidity is lower than that, but because of the misting, that has bumped up the humidity. On the cool side, we have an air temperature reading of 21.3 degrees Celsius and a humidity reading of 92%. And obviously that's because of the misting. So now what I'm going to do is take some spot temperature readings using my spot temperature gun and just take a few spot readings from some different areas on the warm side and on the cool side, and in the kind of woodland zone, the humid zone. So we start by one of his caves. So that's now measuring 16.8 degrees. Now obviously these glass windows are open, so that will affect the temperature slightly. I'm just going to move this stick because I re-salvaged one of his old burrows that I made for him. So I'm just kind of sort of down in this area here. It's kind of blocked with debris. But there's a burrow which goes into a cave right down here. So it would be good to take a spot reading the temperature in there. So remove some of the debris because he may well hibernate in there during the winter. So in his burrow, 18.1 degrees ground temperature. But look at him. He's still out and about. Now this slate convects heat. So the heat of the day is retained in this slate into the hours of the night. So let's just have a look at the slate ledge at the top. .1, so that's like a 4-degree difference between the hole in the ground and the slate ledge at the top. Okay, and then if we go on to this middle bit of slate, which gets hit by the heat rays during the day and it's 20.1, so that's sort of in between the two. So, middle section. Let's have a look by this plant. 16.6. Now, maybe because that soil there is quite damp, so after misting it, maybe that will affect the temperature as well. The cooling of the water perhaps affects the ground temperature. I'll have to try it tomorrow when it's dried out a bit. $16.1. $16.5. Let's go deep into $16.5, and then we've got another burrow here on his cool side, which kind of goes into a tunnel and through into the sort of tree trunky thing in the corner there. So let's have a look. 18.4 in there. We've got 17.3 just by that plant. So these are ground temperatures. They're not ambient air temperatures. So if we look, so by now the air temperature here now is probably around 20 degrees because 21 degrees because the glass doors are open, so that will affect temperature slightly. There's only like a degree difference between the temperature on the warm side and the temperature on the cool side, as in the ambient air temperature. It's approximately a degree, maybe 2 degrees difference. Sometimes there's a bit more of a difference at night time. But we are noticing now the kind of autumn kind of changes occurring. Temperatures are slowly decreasing. But Mr. Jinx is still very active. And he is eating loads at the moment. So I don't know whether he's kind of filling himself up, preparing for brumation, perhaps. That'll be interesting to see if he does decide to brumate. I'm going to let him choose because I don't want to force him into it. But I will gradually reduce the temperatures slowly as we enter the colder months of the year. Okay, so I'm going to have to go to bed now, guys, because I'm up early in the morning for work. So over and out, and good night.